Hey, this is Luis Mendez, local real estate agent here in Polk County, but I wanted to talk to you about something which I know many of you have driven by and may have questioned what's going to go on here. And I've heard many rumors. Some people are talking about, oh, it's just going to be a storage, or they're just fixing the field, or it's going to be a car lot, selling cars and whatnot. So I was just curious. I love bringing awareness to local folks here and finding out what businesses are coming, what's being developed, and how that could really impact our lives, how that can impact our home value and whatnot. So I started digging around and I found, so like if this is going up and down 27, if you've ever turned to Cypress Gardens Blvd, right on 27, you've probably seen this place. And so the name of this place is going to be called Cypress Point, and you can find this information online. But before I dig any deeper, if you stay till the end, I promise you, I'm going to be showing you some of their maps and some things that they're going to be talking about more. So make sure you stay towards the end of the video, as the first part of the video is going to really show you the drone and what's going on. But towards the end, it's going to be showing you their maps of what they're actually planning on developing. But based on this public information that's available online, if you just look up, ask Google what's being built on Highway 27 and Cypress Gardens Blvd, you'll find a link that's called Cypress Point. And it's being marketed as a new commercial development at one of Winter Haven's busiest intersection. Now, the marketing material shows plans for a mix of commercial uses, including retail spaces, restaurants, medical office, a hotel, and additional commercial buildings. That's not saying a hotel, restaurant, and medical place is going to be there, but that's just what is being marketed as. Now, at this stage, it's important to understand that these are marketing plans designed to attract businesses to develop. That's a huge difference between what is established. Now, a conceptual site plan is not the same as a list of confirmed tenants. I just want to stress that, because I don't want anyone to say, oh, this company is going to be here. It's not. It's just showing you kind of a marketing what's going to be there. Now, and that's really easy, to get that air. Now, what I learned from this, the commercial office, well, when I called them, I tried to find out more information, and they would not identify any company. I was trying to see, is it Costco? Is it, is it a Target? What's going to be here? Is it a Ross? Is it, what kind of restaurants are we going to see? And they would not budge on anything. They're like, nope, I can't tell you anything. I don't know if we don't have nothing to share with you publicly. So, but what they did tell me is they're actively looking for national companies. So this is not your local mom and pop shop. So the two companies who I have there, if they're not a big name brand, it's not working for them. They really want to go for big national companies to attract, an anchor store to attract everything else. And they are apparently negotiating with a few. So hopefully things work out well. We should see who comes here, man. It'll be really awesome to find out who actually gets to come to this area. But until it's confirmed, they're not going to make anything public until then. But why does this location matter? Well, if you know, this is a really popular destination, so it's going to be great. It's right on 27, which 27 is a huge pivotal point, from north and south of Central Florida. And the Cypress Gardens Blvd, you already have that heavy traffic going to, downtown Winter Haven, and of course, Lakeland. So this is going to be a prime location. So this area also serves residents from Winter Haven, Lake Wells, Dundee, Haines cities, and a few other, local spots around. Now, as more homes are being built through Polk County, commercial development often follows, because businesses want to be where customers are. And projects like this are designed to provide places for people to shop, eat, receive medical services, and stay overnight if a hotel is eventually developed. And we do see some places being developed already in Lake Wells, as there's a new hotel being built right next to the Coles, and of course the Wells-built hotel that's being fully developed in downtown Lake Wells. But with what could this mean now, since you live here? What could this mean for you? Well, if development is successful, if we do see like some anchor restaurants or anchor stores coming here, it could bring several benefits to the area. That means more shopping options and fewer trips to other cities. You don't have to worry about traveling to Posner Park unless you really have to. You don't have to worry about traveling to, to Lakeland to head towards different areas. So it kind of cuts the driving time in half for you, or lower, especially for major shops that you're trying to go to. Additional restaurants will provide more dining options for local families and people. new businesses often create more jobs for a local residents. So let's, not just for those commercial, but if it's attracting more business, they have to, there needs to be a food delivery person there, a cleaning person. It's going to generate, it's going to help out all the other businesses as well. Now more people have more money to hire other services. So it's going to kind of radiate throughout all the other local residents as well. And so commercial investments can also increase the convenience by bringing more services closer to where people live. Of course, growth can also bring in increased traffic. And I know that's everyone's kryptonite. Whenever another car is on the road, everyone panics because they're going to be an extra minute late. That is, of course, a huge downside. And, I know everyone's thinking, well, Lake Wells used to be, just empty lands, or Winter Haven, or this area, Polk County used to be empty lands. And I get it. I hear you. I'm just a messenger. I'm not the one planning any of this stuff. I don't even have the funds to do all this stuff. I'm just reporting to you what's happening. And if you want to go to an area, but none of this is happening, trust me, I have some areas where we probably won't see any of this stuff for at least the next 20 years, if you want that. Unfortunately, we're the next closest thing to Disney. We're the next closest thing to Orlando that is not filled up. So everything is being poured over onto the side. People are growing. People are having kids and they're growing up. I moved to Florida in 1998 after my dad retired from the Army, and I've seen Florida blow up. It's boomed. Orlando has changed completely. Even in the past 5-6 years since I moved to Lake Wells, everything has changed completely. So unfortunately, that's just part of the process. Now, the biggest takeaway is projects like this is just being actively marketed to confirm, they're trying to confirm these companies are negotiating. So there's not going to be anything mentioned publicly yet until it's officially confirmed. And trust me, once it's confirmed, I will let you know. I will let everyone know. As I love finding out about these things. I love getting excited about it. And I'll do my best to keep everyone updated on verified information. Now, I wanted to go and kind of talk about their public links. So you can see, who the company is, or you can look online. It's the name of that location is Cypress Point, and it's by LQ Commercials Real Estate Services. They're in charge of bringing in they're the leasing people. They're the ones who are in charge of all of this stuff. But as you can see, the site plan, this is, I would say, is an idea of what's there. Different. You can see the different commercial buildings and the big white boxes, lakes, and in the blue. But you can see they have lots of different options there, and a few big, looks like a great big outdoor mall, which will be pretty interesting. Interesting to see what can actually come here. And then on the next map, you can see that where the little triangle where it maps, and you can see all the different restaurants, all the different national chain brands all over and this is again marketing to national companies to kind of entice them to say, hey, look, your competitors are here. We want you to make the same move. Let's compete. And competition is always good because it forces businesses to do better. If you have a company out there and, if you have let's say you have a burger restaurant and another burger restaurant opens up next to you, you don't want them to take all your business, so you do better. And so that's a huge blessing for having the competition. It forces you to do better and make better quality. And I've seen that in Orlando when I lived there. There's lots of great restaurants, and they, because there's so many people, they want to attract you. Where if you go into, sometimes you go in, and unfortunately you go into a country area, there's only one restaurant. Sometimes the food quality is not the best because it's like, hey, this is all you got. And they serve you, overpriced food that you could have just gotten way cheaper at a gas station. So having more competition provides better quality, at least in my opinion. And on this map, you're going to see it's showing you what's being planned, what's already under construction, and what's headed towards completion or at completion, which is pretty nice. And I actually, have this a little bit more in detail. So you can see, let's start with, but you can see some of these are neighborhoods. We have some neighborhoods. This is 8 neighborhoods that are being planned to be built nearby. These are single family homes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 neighborhoods that are right now under construction. And then there's, in the darker orange, you can see there's even more. There's more that are being planned and being reconstructed. So, and that's going to play next on a few slides down the road. You're going to see it may shock some of you. So if population is going to scare you, just end the video now, because the numbers I'm going to share with you may panic, but that's at least the neighborhoods that are being built, planned on, and that are recently completed. The next map is showing you, and you have like Peace Crossing, Preserve on Lake Ashton. There's quite a few different, places or businesses that are being developed, and you could see some of those are planning, some of those are being recently are under construction as we speak now. And then also the next one we have more as there's Advent Health in Winter Haven. Medical office is planning on, they're building that. So there's quite a few more things being built. Now, here's the next page. So as we look at to this demographic radius, it's kind of showing you a projection of what this area closer, where Cypress Point and up to 15-mile radius population growth is projected to be. Right now, we're at 61,000 from 5 miles up to 411,000 up to 15 miles away. And you can see the growth going up to 15 miles away. We're going from 411,000 to 472,000. Now, there is no guarantee that's going to grow that much, but with all the new constructions happening, people relocating here, and people are relocating here from either politics or it's getting too expensive to live in Orlando or in Tampa or Miami. We're getting a lot of folks moving here from Miami, as I don't know if you've seen the news. It is, Miami has now become a little bit more expensive than New York City itself, which is kind of crazy. But it's very affordable here compared to those bigger cities. Locals may not feel that way. Locals may feel like, hey, this is pretty expensive. Well, I'm just kind of sharing the news of what's going on. That's why people are relocating to this area. There's, homes are being built a lot cheaper in this area than it is like if you head up towards Claremont or if you head out towards Lake Nona, which is by the Orlando airport. Homes are a lot cheaper here than it is in those areas. So that's why we're getting such a growth here. Now, if you're a buyer or if you're a renter and you want to take advantage of this situation, jump in the game now before all this development does happen. There's lots of incentives for buyers. If you just bought a house within a year or two and you're trying to sell, I would recommend waiting. If you bought your house a while ago, over 5-10 years ago, things might be looking pretty good for you. But right now we're in a buyer's market. And if you're a buyer, take advantage of this market. Take advantage of what's going on now, because we may not get this opportunity again in the future. I moved to Lake Wells about 5-6 years ago, almost 7 years ago now. And I can't believe how cheap houses were compared to when I was living in Orlando. I was like, wow, this, homes are a lot cheaper. And I wish I would have known more about this area a long time ago, because I probably would have bought some investment properties. Well, if you're thinking about that opportunity, this is literally the moment to do that. You don't have to get the biggest and baddest house. Get some of the smaller ones. Get something affordable for you and your family. Build that wealth. Then when we start seeing that huge demand, it's going to be a lot easier for you to sell with a lot of equity to buy your dream home. Thank you for watching. If you want to know more, find out more about what's happening in Polk County, please like, subscribe, follow, leave a comment, and or visit livinginpolk.com. Thank you.